Hello everybody and welcome to the second episode in Building in Minecraft. Today we're building a nice easy starter home that looks amazing. It's all going to be done in super fast time lapse. You can slow down the video if you want to see specifics. Pause at any time if you get confused. But we're going to just jump right into it in 3, 2, 1, go. So as we see here, I'm just quickly laying down the foundation of the build. Just towering it up, 5-block gap in between. That's pretty much it for this part. Just sit and watch and enjoy it. Now we're starting on the roof. I'm going for a A-frame, but more of a little bit of an overhang. And this takes a while to get used to, but once you get used to this build style, it gets way easier. In my opinion, it's one of the best ways to build a roof. It's one of my favorites, and as we see now, I'm going to switch to birch to be able to give it a nice highlight so it's not just all dark, because lately I just used all spruce and bark oak blocks, so it's not that bright and colorful. It doesn't really pop out that much, so I decided to add in some color by adding in birch to the actual roof. And then right here, we're building a little stable area for your horses. And it's a little fast, slow it down if you need to, but we're just simply doing a rough outline right now. In the future, it will get a lot nicer, trust me. I know, I've seen it. And what you need to do is just, when you're building, try to focus on just putting it in a little bit, like paint the background, and then you need to start adding the fine details to the build. So right there, now I'm just adding this little support material, it looks like, and that's so then you don't see the birch. You only want to see the birch on the roof, not seeping through the cracks. And right here, we're adding a little porch, just putting the foundation on and moving ahead. And now we're adding some cobblestone and mossy cobblestone. And since it's kind of in a dark corner a bit, it's under the porch, the deck, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be a little wet down there. So the cobblestone is, grown over with moss. Now, going right here, use trapdoors because it just looks different instead of just using, the typical spruce block. And right here, we're switching up. We're using some cobblestone. And then we're adding buttons to them, so they're just not flat. They look like little statues of some sort. And we just keep on moving. What are we doing here? Oh, we're figuring it out. There we go. Stone buttons. These are optional. I like doing them every so often. And fence gates. We're going to switch that out. There we go. That might have been quick. You might have to re-slow on that one. But right now, we're adding a little bit more texture to the wall right under here. Now, whenever you place an upside down stairs, make sure to place under it. If it's foundation, make sure to place right there. You just saw it, you might have to rewind. But when you do that, it makes it look like it's coming from the rock. If you just leave it, it looks like the rock fell onto the grass. But if it comes from, it looks like it's one piece. Right here, we're adding the doorway, just making it flow a little bit better. Going back to the front, we're adding the door. We're going to add some more color right here by adding red wool instead of blue. I personally like the red a lot more than the blue, light blue. And then we're just turning it into a little window right here. Nothing too complicated. Slow it down if you want to see how exactly. Did a little jump, because this part is pretty boring. It's just putting barrels upside down, filling in the ground, and just we're pulling back up. Now we're just taking away the carpet, getting rid of lights. Now we're going to start on this little upstairs area. Nothing too fancy, just something to give it a little bit more depth than just having a second floor. Having like a little loft area is so much better. Right here, I have to work around the limitation of the space to make it so you can get up the stairs. Now I'm adding these support rafters, just support material, adding a half slab to give it a little bit more shape. And then we're just adding upside down stairs on both sides to give it curvature. And then we're just adding some lanterns, all at different heights. Maybe there's one where there's two of them at the same height, but make sure that they're all at different lengths, because if they're all at different lengths, yeah, just mind the one that was the same length. Once you do that, it just makes it look so much better. Little glass window, stained glass. Now we're moving on to the left side of the house, adding a doorway to get up to this porch, adding a trapdoor so we can get up and out without it looking like it's just an open freeway. Now we're adding a little support material under the glass, but it's a little too fast for that. It'll be a little bit faster on the commentary. And right here we're adding a window. So I'm trying to play around with, like, you know, can I get any more shapes with it? Quickly grabbed a grass block, put another window right there so it makes it look, trapdoor to make it more like a window. Right here we're adding spruce to make it one big door. Trying to play around with the design right there, didn't work out. Now we're moving on to, well, you can see trapdoors being laid at the foundation. Make it look like it's a little bit bigger right there. It's really holding up the house. Right here we're going on to the stables now. Now we're just gonna simply add some windows with panes, so then it's, you know, it has a little bit more depth to the house. Right here we're adding just a little bit of support. We're just going up the house now on the ceiling. So right there, what I'm doing right here is making it look like it's being held down. You can do this with wheat to make it look more like thatch, but I just love the look of it. It gives it more something to look at. Sometimes too complicated it's bad, sometimes a little bit of complication's good. This is just taking it a little bit more complex. This is completely optional. The other, when the roof is bland, it looks good, but this just makes it look more fantasy, I think. Just going back and forth, double checking, making sure I'm doing it right. Biggest pain is to fully commit to one side. Right there I messed up, so I had to go back and redo it. That's always the most annoying thing. Okay, we're just going back and forth. We're just trying to figure out pattern. We're adding a little bit more decoration. Now we're adding these fence gates and spruce fence gates and spruce, what are they called? Notification, subscribe if you enjoyed the house building so far. And right into here, just adding a little bit of a lip to make it look better, making sure it's even on both sides. And now we're just going to make it seem like it's bulging out about a bit. That looks like the straps. The spruce is the straps and the birch is like the thatch. It's trying to push out, but thank goodness the spruce is there to hold it down. We're almost done now. We're just adding buttons, at least with the exterior. We still got the interior to do, which isn't that bad. You can do the interior any way you want. So just going right in, just adding a little plate right there. Can't remember what I put on it. I don't think I might have put anything on it. Adding a painting. That painting I did not like, and plus we're about to do something with the windows right there, so can't really do anything. But the nice seashore is nice. But we pillar up with brick. Make sure there was a hole down right in through there. So the way to make it seem like you don't have a hole in your roof is to place a natural brick. And coming to the end here, just adding basically the walkway, and then now just a little table, some stake, and adding some lanterns for light, and that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed. And that's the end of the time lapse. I hope you people enjoyed and this build that I just built. We're gonna quickly get a first-person view, fly around real quickly. Nice and looking. Got a chimney. Got a little back porch and another little porch. And the interior, we're going to just zoom right in. We're going to fly right up. There's not much to it. Now I hope this, if you guys enjoyed this video, well, consider subscribing. There hopefully will be more of this in the future. And like the video if you really enjoy and like. And if you did, thank you very much. And for the final thing, You guys can go as much detail as you want. The main thing about building is not going overboard, but sometimes it's fun to go overboard, and this is a little overboard, like the buttons and everything. But just a quick view. This is the majority of the materials I used right in front of the build. Always find this is useful to see what you're using. A little overview. Just a quick reminder, if you went to the end of the video and you really want to build this house block by block, you're going to have to slow it down. And that is it. Hopefully you ladies and gentlemen have enjoyed this episode. And that's it. See ya.